Hey guys, I'm Angie B, and yes, I'm a life coach for ex-Jehovah's Witnesses and those coming out of high control organizations and religions. Today, I was talking to a participant, and we were just kind of reminisce. We were just kind of just reminiscing about being a Jehovah's Witness and what we used to think and what we used to do, and it made me think about something and talked about just grieving the life that you thought you were going to have. What do I mean by that? Like, for me, I grew up, a Jehovah's Witness. I grew up a pioneer. My goal was to go to Bethel. My goal was to marry a Bethelite and go serve for Jehovah. And because I bought it in hook, line, and sinker. Okay, I believed everything. All right, so it was really just a shock or a mind if I didn't have that. And when I was forced out, it was very big challenge to go, okay, what do I want to do now? What do I do now? I'm disfellowshipped now. So therefore I know I'm not going to Bethel. I know I'm not going to marry a Bethelite. I'm not a good example even when I go back. Never did go back, but still, even if I did want to go back, I was never a good example for that. So now what? And I know at first I felt guilty because I thought that, you know what, if I'm grieving, then that means that I made a bad choice. And I want to tell you that that is not the case. You grieving is not a bad, that does not mean you made a bad choice or a wrong choice. It just means that something is new. I want to tell you that you can miss what is familiar and still know that the familiarity was not healthy for you. You can just literally go, hey, that was it's familiar. That was just familiar and it was comfortable. Most of us, for some reason, our brains do this, that when something's comfortable, that means it's good. No matter how good or bad it is, when our brains are comfortable, it's good. And so when we start making new paths and new pathways, it's overwhelming sometimes and we want to go back to that familiarity. And we had to learn to accept that things have changed. So what helped me to move forward is I allow myself to mourn that lifestyle that I wanted, that I thought I wanted, without shame, without guilt. And honestly, I'm kind of glad now I didn't marry Beth. Like, can you? Oh my goodness! Like, there's a lot about being married that you need to know before you marry that person. And for me, it's a lot about the sex. Okay, like like, and sleeping with that person. And imagine that I can't sleep with that person, until that afterwards, like I'm committed to them. Like, really, or like, there's a lot that I'm glad I didn't have that lifestyle. But at the time I had to mourn it. And also understand that the second thing I want you to do is understand that healing is complicated. Sometimes, grieving is complicated too. Yes, you might understand that this might not be what's right for you. That doesn't mean sometimes you don't miss it. I do sometimes miss just being able to call my ex pioneer partner. I mean, I've been out for years, okay, decades even, and I still might miss that, and that's okay. I miss, when I go down to that city, I'm like, oh, I remember sitting on that corner and what we used to talk about, and going to that place with my friends or the other pioneers and meeting other pioneers in other congregations. We had a community, and and it's okay to miss that community, and okay, like wow, I wish that, but some things aren't sometimes you're not able to go back the same way you came in. There is a I don't know what it's called, proverb, but example someone told me, it's like a expanded balloon cannot go back to being small. Now that your brain is open, now that you're wide awake, as we call our newsletter, now that you're wide awake and not just awake, you can't go back to not knowing what you know about the organization and their dirty little secrets. You can't not know that. And if you choose to go back because of whatever, then that's cool. That's okay. But you won't be able to unlearn and unknow what you know that the others don't know. And lastly, the third thing to do when grieving the life you thought you would have is to go ahead, find things that you love to do yourself now. Find things that you enjoy that you probably couldn't do when you were in an organization. Find people that could do it with you. DM me. Well, let's let me know what you want to do, and let's figure out if we can find some people to do it with you. There are plenty of people, out in the outside of the organization that do things with you, that help you out, that are just fun and exciting and wonderful to do. I want you to understand that you lost some things, yes, but you're going to gain so much more. And you have gained so much more. You've gained strength in yourself because now you stood up for yourself. You've gained knowledge that you can do things. You've gained your power because your power is not in this organization, and realizing that you don't have to worry about stumbling somebody else because you wore, I don't know, a low shirt skirt and your low top shirt and you're on YouTube or Instagram right now. Okay. So you gained a lot, and you're going to discover so much more about yourself. And I'm so proud of you. You're stronger than you think.